You're sitting on the couch after a long day, maybe scrolling through your phone, maybe just staring at the TV without really watching it. Your dog is nearby, lying on the floor or curled up beside you. Then, slowly, they get up. They walk over without making a big deal about it. No barking, no jumping, just calm, deliberate steps. They sit beside you. And then it happens. A single paw gently lands on your arm. Not scratching, not pushing, just resting there. You look down, and your dog is looking back up at you with that familiar expression. Quiet, patient, almost like they're waiting for something. Most people laugh at this moment. Okay, I'll pet you. But that small gesture, your dog placing one paw on you, may not just be a request for attention. It may actually be one of the simplest ways a dog's brain maintains connection with someone it deeply trusts. Most people interpret this gesture in a very simple way. Your dog wants attention. Your dog wants to be petted. Or maybe your dog has learned that putting a paw on you is the fastest way to interrupt whatever you're doing. And sometimes that's true. But animal behavior researchers have noticed something interesting about this behavior. Dogs don't only place their paw on people when they want something. They often do it during calm moments, when you're sitting quietly, resting, or simply nearby. No toys involved. No food involved, no obvious request, which raises a different possibility. What if that paw isn't just asking for attention? What if it's a small biological signal your dog uses to maintain connection with you? To understand this small gesture, scientists have studied how dogs track and respond to their owners emotionally. In 2015, researchers at Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest explored the attachment bond between dogs and humans using methods originally designed to study parent-child relationships. They observed how dogs behaved when their owners were present, when they left the room, and when they returned. The pattern was striking. When the owner was present, dogs showed calmer body language and explored the environment with more confidence. Their heart rate and stress indicators were lower. But when the owner left, many dogs showed signs of uncertainty, standing near the door, pacing, or becoming less relaxed. The moment the owner returned, the dog's behavior shifted almost immediately back to calm. Psychologists call this the secure base effect. Human children show the same pattern. When a trusted caregiver is nearby, the child's brain relaxes. The environment feels predictable again. Dogs appear to treat their primary human in a very similar way. So small gestures, like resting a paw on you, may function as a quick attachment check. A quiet confirmation that the trusted individual in their world is still right there. Behind that small gesture is a chemical system that quietly shapes the bond between dogs and humans. When your dog touches you, whether with their paw, their nose, or their body, specialized pressure receptors in the skin send signals through the nervous system to the brain. These signals can trigger the release of oxytocin. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone, but neuroscientists think of it as a social safety chemical. When oxytocin rises, the brain reduces activity in regions linked to fear and vigilance. Stress hormones like cortisol begin to drop, and the body shifts toward a calmer state. You can think of oxytocin like a biological message that says, "This individual belongs to your safe circle." Dogs are unusually sensitive to this chemical loop with humans. Studies have shown that eye contact, petting, and gentle touch between dogs and their owners increase oxytocin levels in both species. So when your dog rests their paw on you, that contact may be doing something more than getting your attention. It reinforces the chemical system that maintains your social bond. A brief physical signal that says, "You're here. We're connected. Everything is normal." In the dog's brain, and that tiny moment of contact helps keep the relationship stable and the nervous system relaxed. To see where this behavior really comes from, we have to go far back in time, long before dogs were lying on couches or resting beside humans. In wolf packs, physical contact plays an important role in maintaining social bonds. Wolves often rest close together, touching shoulders, backs, or paws. These small points of contact help maintain awareness of where other pack members are without needing constant visual attention. It's a quiet form of social coordination. When early dogs began living alongside humans roughly 15,000 years ago, many of these pack behaviors adapted to a new social partner. Humans gradually became the center of the dog's social group. Archaeological discoveries like the 14,000-year-old Bonn Oberkassel burial in Germany, where a dog was buried alongside humans, show that dogs were already deeply integrated into human social life. Over generations, dogs that could maintain close physical and emotional contact with humans were more likely to survive. So that small paw resting on your arm may be echoing a much older instinct. Stay connected to the individual who anchors the group. What's easy to miss is that this small gesture doesn't only regulate your dog's brain, it also affects yours. Human-animal interaction studies show that even light physical contact with a trusted pet can trigger oxytocin and dopamine release in the human brain. At the same time, cortisol, the hormone linked to stress, begins to drop. Your nervous system reads that contact as part of your social safety network. That's why something as simple as your dog resting a paw on your arm can feel strangely calming. It interrupts whatever mental loop you were in, worry, distraction, fatigue, and pulls your attention back into a shared moment. Your dog is maintaining connection, and your brain, often without realizing it, responds by settling down with them. Because this gesture is tied to connection and emotional awareness, changes in it can sometimes signal something subtle in your dog's internal state. Dogs that regularly place a paw on their owner are usually showing a stable social bond. Their brain is comfortable initiating contact and maintaining that connection. But if a dog that used to do this often suddenly stops seeking physical contact, it can sometimes reflect changes in mood, environment, or physical comfort. Stress, household changes, aging, or minor health discomfort can reduce a dog's motivation for close interaction. This doesn't automatically mean something is wrong, but dogs often communicate emotional shifts through small behavioral changes. And when familiar gestures disappear, it can be a quiet sign that their internal balance may be changing. So the next time you're sitting quietly and feel that gentle weight on your arm, look down. Your dog is there again, resting a single paw on you like it belongs exactly in that spot. It may look like a small, almost accidental gesture, but inside your dog's brain, it may be doing something important, maintaining the connection that tells them their social world is still stable. You're here. They're here. The bond is intact. And if you've ever wondered why your dog sometimes leans their entire body against you, the neuroscience behind that behavior reveals an even deeper layer of how dogs anchor themselves to the people they trust most.